The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. To throw quickly, here's Mariota. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kentavious Street breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Steelers at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
Here's Austin. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
An option handoff given to Harris.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Mariota now from the 50. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, Hardy. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December.
Yeah, more football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot and try to
get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mariota.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third and long for Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down throw for Winston.
There's Chris Olave. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston, he throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
But both teams practice this situation. And this time, the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
Play fake. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing, Mariota.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Mariota completes it to Austin. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Mariota. Philip Dorsett hauls it in.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a first down carry for Harris. Powers through it.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on it very nice.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Peyton Turner able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 3rd down, Winston. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Mariota. He's got a man Incomplete. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play fake. Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Winston.
He completes it to Olave.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. They find some open field here. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Mariota on 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mariota.
That's caught. It's Austin left side. He's going to have the first down and then some. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown! That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Winston from the gun on third down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now Austin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
To throw again on second down. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a third time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And in for the Steelers' touchdown.
Anthony McFarland.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. They go play action. Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Harris running straight ahead, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Now Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And now here is another interception. picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And maybe measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Winston. He's going to wind up and air it out. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late.
And now here is another interception. The safety Terrell Edmonds picks it. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Well, fans usually